Horror movies have been banging throughout 2025, and one of those movies I was really looking forward to through this year was him, produced by Jordan Peele. And boy, let me tell you right now, was this thing a major total bust? And I mean it literally. I just got off seeing this movie, and as we're going to talk about this movie, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and leave a like. As we're elaborating him, I can tell you right now, I came out with this so disappointed. I just was rolling my head all around when I walked out of the theater, and I'm completely felt like this kind of movie, like the NFL draft, is a major fucking bust. And I'm not kidding. It was completely the most surprising thing I ever seen that was shocked me. I've been anticipating this movie throughout the whole year, and it had a lot of going forward to this, but unfortunately, it had fumbled along the way, and I'm completely saying it right now. I am shocked as hell to even saying this. It completely burst my head how much disappointed I am with this film, Him. And just so you know, I only saw the teaser trailer and I did not see any future clips, second trailers, or any commercials. I went with just zero expectations, going only with little details. And what I got from the teaser trailer, I thought it looks just promising for how fresh and new this film looks in terms of the shots, in terms of what they put in this movie, and something just a great premise, a premise that involves a rising star quarterback going to train with this aging veteran quarterback that had a lot of like stuff in this movie that was thrown into the mix. And I don't want to like throw out specifics, or I don't know what to pretty much talk about here, but everything I was hoping this film had completely fumbled. This film, throughout the first two acts until the third act, just became so generic with the story along the way. Regardless of how much well told it is, it's completely incoherence and just did not live up the premise of this. I was so disappointed. It just made me so mad. At the same time, I just wish, wondering why would Jordan Peele, who owns Mikey Paul Production as a company, would take this script that was in the market and went to production with this movie. They even had the writers that I heard the script was just amazing. You have Justin Tipping on top of that, who also co-wrote the movie, and busted up so bad with the direction of this movie. I'm just losing my mind how they fumbled this movie and its potential. It completely shattered this film's premise, and the marketing has not been great either, which tells you, and the review embargo just dropped late Thursday night, Universal just figured this would not turn out great. And boy, what do you know? It did not turn out great as you would expect it. It is a major disappointment on all levels. And surprisingly, for a horror movie that turned out to be a psychological movie at the end of the day, just happened to be the most major disappointment of this film. And it's not even a horror movie. Let's just be clear about it. At the end of the day, it's a psychological film. And that's terrible to say that, because again, they had a lot of concept that would have been just scary, but it turns out it just didn't live up what is going to be on the premise and concept. It just fumbled along the way. And on top of that, it's an hour and 37-minute movie. So why am I saying that? Is because how shortened and how fast this movie goes without even sensing a little explanation or a little theme exploring to this movie, which also damages the film's premise and concept. The runtime of this movie just happens to be so short, and those are one of those movies that happen to really ruin its potential. We've seen movies in this through this year, like Karate Kid Legends, just an example to point out there. It had a short runtime that the movie moves so fast without slowing down. I can't say the same for him, but it just happened to completely fail the premise on this runtime and just didn't show enough. If this was just longer, at least 2 hours and perhaps 2 hours and 10 minutes, I think this could have been just better and hopefully a little more concept exploring. But again, it just did not do what it's going to do. It was majorly disappointingly of a bust. I will say the two things you're going to get out of this movie. First off, the cinematography and the visuals of this movie looks strikingly good. I can tell you right now, it just looks very interesting, from the gore to the inference. I don't know what to say, but they have some unique shots, and overall, the cinematography looks just good. I mean, those are the things I would praise, how amazing it looks. The film just did a good job with the cinematography and just brings a very good shots of this movie from literally from the football standpoint to like the performances and like everything. I just thought the cinematography at least does deserve credit. And I can tell you the performances, let's just talk real quick. I can tell you at least there are great, good performances. One guy I'm going to leave the last, but let's start with Tyriq Withers. I think he did an excellent job with the film, with this character, Cameron Cade, who is the rising star quarterback who's training with this aging veteran, which I'll get to in a second. He brought a very interesting table to this character, and I think he happens to be a coming star. I think his performance was just really interesting. But let's talk about the Requiem for a Dream himself, Marlon Wayans, his second dramatic performance since Den. He is a wild beast, and I kid you not, he is the beast of this movie. At least I can tell you, you'll get a lot of amazing unhinged performance from him. I thought he really turned out for this movie. He was really good. So you'll get a lot of this. And like I said, this is his dramatic performance role in his career since Requiem for a Dream, which that is a hard watch, by the way. I would watch it on your own risk. But considering this movie, it's not really hard to watch, but you'll get something unhinged out of this with his dramatic role. So I think there's something to worth talking about. Marlon Wayans at least did a great job, and it did live up at least for the performance of his career. So I hope he gets some more stuff like this along the way. I think he needs a second chance after this film having a major bust of a premise. But all in all, Marlon Wayans just happens to be, let's say, the game MVP movie belonging to him. So there you go. And surprisingly, one of the most disappointing movies I ever regret this being hyped for, and one of those movies was him. The concept and theme premise of this film just completely failed. The hype and anticipation really fumbled it along the way. The story is also generic on top of that, as it ignores those concept expectations of this movie, which completely makes it so dull and how unbearable to sit through. It just turns to be just predictable at the end. And not to mention, there is a sort of third act that jumps right away without having much slowness, which does give a little decisive at the end. So I will say that as well. At least, like I said, the cinematography, visuals, and great performances with Marlon Wayans and Tyriq Withers. I think it serves at least a little more decency with this film. But overall, him is completely one of the most disappointing movies of 2025. And that goes to Jordan Peele. You bet you wish your ass right now you would have had weapons if your studio at Monkey Paws Production failed to deal, and you would have just had the good year of your all production of your producing, because clearly you didn't write and direct this movie. So maybe it could have been better. Because when you look at Jordan Peele movies, just to talk about this real quick, shortly, he's got a lot of themes and stuff that explores throughout his movie. But this film, directed by Justin Tipping and co-written by him and the others, it did not happen to explore those, unfortunately. And that is a major bust. And this is the thing, too. The fact Jordan Peele's name is on this movie, people assume he's directing and writing this movie, except people don't know what producing is. So that's a major difference. I'm just shocked that Jordan Peele has his name on that credit producing wise and turned out to be a completely disappointing film. Let alone, it is a most wasted hype I ever grown to this film completely. And I will never, never believe a produced Jordan film to be hyped ever again in late review embargoes like this. It is a completely total bust. My rating to him, I'll be giving is a 4.5 and 2 stars. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for more movie review content. But if you happen to like and enjoy him more than I do, of course, by all means, let me know down your thoughts in the comment section below. Love to hear your thoughts. Most importantly, I want each of you last. One of you guys stay safe, stay positive. Thanks for the video, guys. God bless. Peace.